sleep all day long, everything else. They actually work most hours of the night. Any of y'all go to Northgate? None of y'all go to Northgate? Come on. Y'all are not going to do well on that ethics test. Well, these guys are some of the ones that they go to Northgate. They back up the crew at Station 6. So it may look like they sleep during the daytime. They're actually doing training. You don't see them around in different places, but they get going. We've got our little fire. We've got it started in here. You see that you've got smoke going. You already hear the fire alarm going off. Remember, these little smoke detectors are about $3 you can get from Walmart or one of these places. This thing will go in here. It's got a head that's up on the top of this structure for the sprinkler system that's in there. Once the ceiling temperature reaches about 135 degrees, it's going to pop and water's going to come out. Sprinklers are designed to put the fire out enough for you to escape. If it happens to put the fire out, it's a bonus for us. There it is. Got it, put it out. Didn't take long at all. If you notice that our thermocouple over there, it shows that it's about 1100 up there at the ceiling. 100. There's a decimal in there. That means I have bad vision. I need to go to the doc, right? I'm the one that's going to fail my phys exam. So 100 degrees, it was about 130 or so on that deal. When I said it was about 1300, it was about 130. The temperature on that head should go off at 135, some of them go to 155. The water will continue until the fire department folks turn it off. Okay, Darren, we'll kill that. Go ahead, we'll kill it, Darren. And we'll let our heroes go up there and check it out. This is what they would do in a normal response. They'll come in and they're going to check, see what's going on. They're not going to turn the water off to this in the building until after they've verified that the fire is out. We don't want to show up at your place and the sprinkler's going off and then we turn it off and go in there and find out we just allowed the fire to get bigger. It's all good? All right, Lieutenant Dreyer says the fire is out. Shows that it's all good. What they would do is they'll come in, they got a little spot I think is still smoldering in there. Lieutenant Dreyer's the guy on the right. It's got his name on the back. He's got a camera in his hand that is a thermal imaging camera. It actually sees infrared radiation. It doesn't see light or anything else. It actually sees infrared light. So that's how he's able to see through the smoke and through the dark with it. So one of the things he can do is he can look in there with that camera and see that there's something still warm in that trash can. So as in a real fire situation, they'll go in, make access, go in, and they're going to do what we call overhaul and kind of clean it up. Sprinklers do an amazing job of making sure your stuff doesn't burn up. All right? It makes an excellent job to allow you to have time to escape to get out of the structure. One of the things that they don't do a good job of is having people play around them. Please don't hang your clothes from them. Yes, we go to calls where they've been broke because of that. If you're at the Holiday Inn or the Hampton, please don't play golf in the hallway. The balls will knock those little heads off and make it wet. All right, we have run into that before. So be careful around those things. If you think there's a problem, make sure they stay clean. If you're in doubt, if you're going to break one, please call your maintenance folks or call Safety and Health and those folks, and they'll come over and help clean it and get that stuff done. But please don't hang your clothes on it.
But I guess they can't say that.
So now what they'll have is a big soggy mess. Typically everything in there is going to get hauled out. It'll get replaced. And if not too much water ran down the hallway, whoever's downstairs may not have gotten wet either. So here's what they'll do now is they're going to reset, and when they're ready here, we're going to light up this other room here, and this other room doesn't have the sprinklers in it to where it's going to go off. So we're going to allow it to build, and we're going to get to a point what's called flashover. When flashover occurs, everything from ceiling to floor is going to ignite and burn. And that's because everything in there is so hot. got a distance issue on here. It's called batteries, transmissions. We'll light this thing up. I'll stand to this other side so y'all can see. Maybe I can get out of the way.
Big Mike.
It's about to start.
So Lieutenant Dre, are you ready? All right. We'll go ahead and we'll start our little fire there in the trash can. We're going to simulate something's been knocked off or discarded that got into the trash can. And these guys are not going to put it out until I say put it out. I want to make sure that we have a good fire. We put on a good show for everybody to see what we really endure sometimes on some of the fire we go to.
It's gone.
Okay, this would be our incipient
25
phase
seconds.
where it started. Such a small fire, it's already set the smoke alarm off. You should be able to wake up at this time and come outside. Remember, when you come out, is shut the door behind you to keep the fire contained in there. It will buy you more time to get out. Sometimes fires short period of time to get going. Sometimes they start burning very quickly. We've had some of these that in less than 3 minutes, it's already at flashover. We've had some fires on some things that have burned up because of the materials that started the fire. We've had fires that have burned for more than 12 hours before anyone noticed it. And there was people living in the house at the time. Okay, now we're getting into what they call the free burning stage. It's getting beyond the incipient area. It's going to start free burning and it's going to start building up a lot of heat. If you notice at the TV over there, the top temperature is already 120 degrees. As the materials on the blinds and stuff start to fall, it's 140 degrees right now on that temperature on that thermocouple. If it had a sprinkler system, that system would be going off now. It's already at 160. The highest they'll put in the dorm room is 155 degrees. The sprinkler would have already activated. One of the things I want you to notice is watch the cushions and the things on the bed and the other materials in the room. As the fire builds, you'll start seeing smoke start wisping off of stuff like it's steaming. That steam is actually flammable vapor of the byproducts out of there that will burn. So that steam is actually like raw gasoline coming off of it if it's a polyester or any petroleum style product that it was made from. The fire's going to build. You'll notice the smoke is now starting to get darker. Notice that level, how thick it is at the top. That will slowly start banking down as it starts building more and more heat. It'll continue to get further to the bottom.
Hey, Captain Tim, just want you to notice over here, folks, look at the difference in temperature between the ceiling height and the pillow height.
Wow, that's
Pillow
400.
height's still under 100 degrees. Thus the importance for staying low if there is a fire and getting out of the room.
It's 470 degrees in the ceiling.
Best way to get out.
It's absolutely correct. That's one of the things everybody worries about us going and getting their pets out. Pets actually will find their own way out. They're low to the ground and they're agile. A lot of times we can open the door and they'll come out before we can go in. All right, notice the little wisp of flames at the ceiling level now. What's our thermocouple saying?
We're at 533 degrees and climbing.
So it's going to continue to go and it's going to start banking down. You'll see products of combustion starting to come out of here. And as it starts radiating that heat to the rest of it in there, you're starting to see like
warm.
the mattress and other items on the desk. And now look how it's doing the secondary burning on there. That's the paper on the sheetrock. This is what we call a rollover, where the fire is now rolled over. Now see the box is starting to smoke? Jed, when that box lights off, you guys can put it out. This is what we call flash over to here where it's in. They're going to hit it and steam it out. Doesn't take a whole lot of water to put it out in there. Notice how much visibility is still at the floor. If the room was actually on fire, that visibility floor would probably be gone, because right now it's getting an influx of air going in there.
Hey, just so you know, that temperature got up to 1,600 degrees before that thing went off. We lost our reading on there.
Yeah, those things get like really hot. When the thing flashes over from ceiling to floor, the temperature inside that room can actually exceed 2,000 degrees. This is where the challenge comes in for the firefighters when we come in. You can't see in there anywhere. This is what they see. That camera they have helps. But as they go in there now to overhaul, the little hidden fires you see them having difficulty trying to find, that's the same stuff that we do in overhaul, that we'll put it out and a few minutes later the room's burning again behind us. That's stuff that they'll continually chase for a few minutes to make sure it gets out of there.
Any light in there? You only hit it out here.
We're gonna put some light in here so we can see what's going on with these guys. They're gonna finish overhauling it in here a little bit. See if they can get the rest of the smoke out. One of the things you'll notice is that the smoke alarm is still working. A lot of times we'll find these, they're still beeping, real odd noises, but they're laying on the floor where they've melted and actually landed on the floor somewhere. The sad thing that we find in a lot of residential fires is we actually locate the smoke detector. That's one of the things we have to check for our report. And one of the things that we'll find is we'll actually find the detector, but the battery's missing. The batteries don't fall out on their own, folks. They wind up in the TV remote or somewhere like that. Jed, if y'all make sure that's out good, don't disturb too much in there. Just overhaul as you would. Here's one of the things we're doing, folks, is we're actually using this for a learning experience for us too. Y'all may not know it, but after this dorm burn is done, we're actually got some of our folks are going to come investigate this fire tomorrow and find out what actually started it. I'm going to say it was arsonist tonight. Jake did it. Jake did it. Anybody know the number of Crime Stoppers? We're all going to share that reward. All right, they're just about done mopping up. One of the key things to remember is make sure that the good battery goes in your smoke alarm. You can take the old battery and put it in your remote. Heat rises, stay low, and shut the door behind you once you make sure everyone's out to help contain that fire where it's at and give us the opportunity to get there and put it out before it burns the next apartment down.
So what did you learn tonight? Shut the front door. Hey, let's hear it for the fire department, our American heroes.
Yeah, on 724 tonight, we have Lieutenant Jed Dreyer, firefighter Ryan Spandrio, and then way over there on the engine is driver engineer Darren Allen. And then also supervising tonight, we got Battalion Chief Chris Kelly.
Hey folks, we just want to thank you for coming out tonight. It was a good crowd, and I hope you all learned something and enjoyed it. Please keep this in mind when you're back home or in your dorm room. Please be safe. Make sure that the smoke alarm doesn't get disconnected somehow, and be safe. Have a good night. God bless.